What's What's going on, YouTube? Louis the Groovy Gamer here, and today we're going to start a blind playthrough of the Banner Saga. I've had this game for a couple years now and haven't had a chance to play it, so I have to say I'm really excited. Art's going to be amazing. The designers are some of the best, so let's start it up. The gods are dead. In their wake, man and giant survived through a tenuous alliance, driving black destroyers called Dredge deep into the northern wastes. Now is an era of growth and trade. Life goes on. Only one thing has stopped. The sun. Ooh. Like that, a little late.
Að sjá dreggjan á ferli neðanbor. It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val-human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital.
And the art is beautiful. I love it already.
Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds.
Sort of reminds me of Samurai Jack a little bit.
We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
That's cool, they shot the arrow for the light. The fire.
Komið skjótt! Komið í höllina miklu! Gist þér leyfa oss að syngja?
You don't want to mess with them.
Hverfið á braut! Engan eigi ég hlut að máli þessu!
Almost like some XCOM style, maybe a little different. Season 4. I like that, so just in case you click something by accident, you can confirm it. That's interesting, so you lose your strength or stamina. That's cool. I'm assuming this is willpower over here. That should go down to 6, yeah. Let's fuck these guys up. Nice. I don't get this. So click the fist, and then the stars above the fist to add willpower. I don't see the stars above the... I don't know if I did that right, but it worked. Art is beautiful. Like, just look at this game. Wow. The bear.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and var slaughter each other, even before the dreads arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more dreads to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. A dozen families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade, quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his last. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head.
Damn good writing.
I am in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. Take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
You're approached by a familiar man who walks in step with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase. This is cool. There's even dialogue choices. Amazing. And I'm assuming a tithe is just the money. This is cool. Reminds me of like the old Stronghold game. Yeah, boy. Oh shit. Look at that art, the way the wind blows. It's awesome. Money, money, money. You arrive in the front of what must be nobleman. A few minutes later, Eric appears with a weather-beaten man introduces Valgard. I'll point them out, Eric says over his shoulder. Ready? Let's get it over with. Valgard boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eric is already at the head of a table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed, drunken scaffolding scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and mead steins in the process. Don't waste the beer. Ooh, I'm excited. First real battle. Wish you could like move around a bit more, but whatever. And let these guys come to me. You don't want to mess with these guys. 10. Wow, this guy's strong. That was a good move. Okay, that's how that works. Let's try one. Nice. I'm gonna save my willpower for now. I knew that was a smart move. That's cool, you can zoom. Guy's my boy, holding it down. Some decent moves here. We're gonna go for it. You think it's funny, bud? Wish I could do my special. Oh, so he has that move. I wish I knew that. It's too late. Would be nice to get a better camera angle if you could move around, but that's all normal. You're getting wrecked, bud. Overkill. Probably regret it. Big boss will show up, but who knows? Oh, he blocked. Nice. Only one guy didn't get a kill, I think. I feel satisfied. I'm liking this. There they are. Gods be damned. I've got to go wash off this blood. Eric is looking out the hall's window onto the bay. A fleet of longships approach with sails of bold reds and blues. One banner I know well. Wagner. Next for Varl Kingship last we spoke. The other flag looks important. Yeah, important guess. See what I deal with all day long? Things make a little more sense. You hope I'd had stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guest arrived. Ah. Not me, the governor. They're trying to use him. Now I have to make sure there are no rotting bodies or pools of entrails still in the Great Hall before they come by. Can I ask one more favor? It's always worth it. If you happen to stall our guest down on the docks, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Eric and Volgard hustle from the mead house. To his credit, Eric tosses the barkeep a spar of silver for the mess. You give an apologetic shrug and go to greet the new arrivals down at the docks. Wow, look at all those ships. That's cool. I like this sort of interface. Like, you move around within the city. It's cool. Wagner. A familiar Varl steps onto the docks. In your mind, you recall a much younger version trampling the halls of Grofium, abundant in purpose. Gods, Ubin, you're looking ancient. Comes with being old. And if there is Wagner, there must be Hakon. Or Hakon. Must there? Still bleeding tributes from the poor and stupid, old yaks? At what age do you lose a sense of shame? Jonder demands it. I guess that's a god, maybe. I'll take that over lingering to death in Grofium. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far from home. I just returned from Aberang, in fact. And glad for it. Hakon motions to the other ships in the bay, sails still fluttering. Golden wolf heads emblazoned on red. The king of men, or someone on his behalf. The king's whelp? The king's son, Ludin. Don't you know, Scrivener? We visit his capital, he visits ours. It's how you make alliances these days. It's a miserable waste of time. Yes, Hakon has it. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Hakon. Then you're going to Grofum? I have the distinct feeling I finished my business in Strand and was heading there myself. We could caravan. We should. Give it a day. In better circumstances, I'd drink a week away, but, let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. Drink a week away. What's he trying to say? Is this prince is delighted to behold? Where's Mulgar, Hakon? Have him find a place to put up the warriors. I'm heading to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize a few. Others are strangers to you. Guess I'm off to find Mulgar. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along. The young prince of men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Ludin looks for all the world of the sort of boy who grew up pulling the legs from spiders. The long road back to Grovium should be more interesting than most years. You think? Weariness suddenly settles in, and you chuckle to yourself about what an odd day it has been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to join Volgar's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with Hakon, or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke of so highly of. Oh, you gotta chill with the boys. Rivener. You find Hakon in a meat house surrounded by other Varl. Strand is no stranger to Varl. But rarely sees this many. Hakon waves you over. Went straight for a flagon. Eh? Wagner, the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyways. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make the rounds collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlements that give me trouble. No surprises. What this time? When I got here, the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. So I'm assuming obviously we're not human. These Nordic beasts with horns sticking out of our head. And I think we're Varls, I'm assuming. It's just, we're still figuring out the story here. I'm really liking it. Ha, humans. I guess if only I lived as long as a Yox fart, I might be desperate to make something of myself too. So obviously these guys have extended life period. Not too late to start trying, Hakon. Hakon let slip a low chuckle. Any Varl could recount his deeds, known as he's for cutting a swamp through a dredge at Vogan's side in the Second War. A regular since then. So obviously you guys fought in the war together. Down here I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point. Just another reason to get back to Grovium. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the meat house becomes unbearing, then step back for the cool air outside. Yeah, so I'm assuming these guys are, warriors of the long, going from battle to battle. They all live in that place called Griffium or whatever. They just want to go back home, but one battle after another leads them here. Is this the right place? You find the prince at an inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Varl who must be working for Ludin. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Ludin. Yes, you're with the Wagner. I don't remember you. I guess so he's like a human or something. Not exactly. I've known Wagner a long time. I'll be joining you back in Grovium with my guards. Ludin looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Why? I work for the king, carrying Tis to the capital. We crossed by chance. Oh, a tax collector. Fine company. What do you want? That's pretty awesome. A Varl historian, aha. Don't you already know? Your king and mine both have particularly trumpeting it through the cities. Obviously, they're into history. I've been on the road a while, I'm afraid. Ludin takes a deep sigh. Whether tired or ungracious, you aren't certain. Maybe both. A formality, mostly. Barger came to our capital in Arborrang, and now we go to the Varl's capital in Grovium to cement this grand alliance for the next age of men in Varl. Okay, so Ludin's obviously the prince of men, and Varls and humans are trying to create this great alliance. And I guess that Second World War was the last time they all fought each other. You sound unconvinced. There's no need for it, and it's damn cold up here. You get the sense he's struggling not to complain outright. You take the opportunity to excuse yourself. So we're seeing there's some friction somewhere underneath the sheets between the humans and the Varls. You know, the humans are under straight war. People are just coming. Crazy. Or more of like a civil, partisan style war. At dawn, you're awoken by a delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Damn hard to tell with a sun that never moves. The governor's crest adorns the supply leathers. All there, just as promised. To your mild surprise, you wonder if Eric had anything to do with that. Huh, so they didn't rip us off. Your guards take the treasure wagon down to the gates. Wagner is already there. A while later, Ludin and his men appear, groggy and disheveled. They've been drinking all night. Mauger steps forward. Wagner's quartermaster, if you recall correctly, in charge of his unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. He asks if you're ready to depart. We're ready. You follow Mulgar and join the others. Usually the smaller doors set in the gates would be enough to enter or leave the city, but the town guards have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breath that are best not heard. Perhaps the governor expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of the sort. Just frustrated, tired people. It summarizes Strand as well as the whole, you think. So I guess all the human settlements are just depressed. They're opening the doors, maybe trying to make fun of you because you're big, or they're just expecting more. They're getting nothing. That's pretty cool. The more you travel, supplies, morale is affected. Look at this art. Just beautiful. The caravan stops for the day. A gift, says Mauger, cracking open mead case. From our gracious friend, the governor of Strand. Hours pass with raucous laughter as the mead is passed throughout camp. Drink a little bit. We gotta be smart. You go easy. You've nothing against a good drink, but if anyone is going to keep an eye on things, it may as well be you. The revelers eventually fall asleep without incident. You rise groggily. The campsite is casualty of merriment. Mulgar is already kicking warriors awake when you spot Ludin stalking your direction. He sidesteps sleeping bodies. Better wake up, you nude Wagner. You're needed. Ah, it's Ludin. Always a pleasure. You look well rested. Wagner releases a caged yawn and receives a hard-eyed stare in return. How long to Grothium? Ha! We're only 2 days out of Strawn, you know. Come, I'll show you on a map. Oh, this map's massive. Are you kidding me? Wow. This is awesome. The last home of the Varl. We head north, then east, past the forts. Grofium's far from Strand. Going to be a long march. You should have drank last night, Ludin. Why not take the ships to Skyrimistede? Skyrimistede. What's the point of marching? The Silverstone Bay is called that for a reason. It stays covered in ice all year. It would tear up the long ships. Too bad though, we could have shown you all the wonders of Skyrimistede. A half-sunken city crawling with dredge, prince, dredge and glaciers. You like glaciers? Ludin exhales through his nose, a poor disguise of his contempt. He turns and bats aside the tent flaps as he goes, barking at his company in the distance. Don't poke the anthill, Wagner. He seems no happier to be here than you. Spend a few more days with the boy, old friend. You'll be looking for a tall cliff to hop off too. Ludin's got a shorter wick than Haken. Thanks, Volgan. Let's get moving. Another half a day to Verfell, and if we're lucky. Alright guys, well that wraps up episode 1 of the Banner Saga. It's Louis the Groovy Gamer here, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and feel free to leave any comments, suggestions, and I'm hoping with every video, the audio and everything will get better in quality. So thanks again, and have a good one.